Hello, robots and roasties, chads and cooks, soy boys and Stacys. Welcome all. You are listening to the Hank Mortimer Show. Now, I don't have much to say about anything. It'll be a weekly show. Every Wednesday I'll upload an episode, and I'll just see where it goes, how it goes, if it goes. Because this isn't just going to be like the Joe Rogan Experience or the Alex Jones Show or the Daily Show. This is going to be its own unique entity. I plan on making it about an hour long. Yeah, I think an hour is enough. Hank Mortimer is my real name. My father was Joseph Mortimer. So I come from a long line of Mortimers, each one better than the last, and all that genetic history was leading to, it was a crescendo leading to the apex of my birth, the apex that was my birth. And now, as a Mortimer, the greatest Mortimer to ever live, and therefore most likely to be the greatest person to ever live, I've decided to impart my wisdom, because I've learned a lot in my 22 years, and that is Chad always wins. Chad never loses, because even when Chad loses, the game changes, so that way Chad wins. If fucking Chad loses a 100-meter sprint, all the roasties will be like, oh, he lost and he doesn't care. Life revolves around Chad, basically, for both sexes. Males have to be subordinate to Chad. Females have to be dominant over other females to even be considered as a sex toy for Chad. But we all have known a few Chads. I mean, Chad is usually... sometimes Chad's an asshole, but a lot of the time Chad's good. Just let me get a drink of coffee here. Oh, sorry for all those mouth sounds. Chad can fuck any girl. Like, he can fuck a roastie if she's the only thing available, and he gets Stacey, which, who doesn't want Stacey? Elliot Rodger certainly wanted Stacey. Speaking of the Rog, he really should have just gone to a prostitute. It would have I hate to be cliche, but it would have taken the pussy off the pedestal. He would realise, oh wait, this is just fucking, I might as well just fuck a raw chicken fillet. Slice a hole in my mattress and a hole in the raw chicken fillet, put it in, and just... Elliot was like a super villain of our time. The great disenfranchised virgin. But he couldn't accept what he was. That was a great theme in his life. The inability to accept just how fucking pathetic he was. You know, it was... when he was younger, it was skateboarding, getting the blonde dyed hair. When he was older, it was all about sex. I actually, on Roger's Day one year, I actually ordered a vanilla latte, and I said my name was Elliot, but she misspelled it. But I think there are more interesting people than Elliot Rodger, as interesting as he was. What was the name of that guy who fucking sent some bomb, or not a bomb, I'll look it up now, he sent something to Bjork, the Bjork stalker, Ricardo Lopez. He was sort of interesting, but there's not nearly as much material on him as there is the great Roger. Elliot was a god amongst men. Elliot had finesse veracity, depth of character. He had all these things and more. Yet Roasties or Stacy's couldn't see that because they're biologically hardwired to just want to get impregnated by Chad. And if you're not Chad, then life is just about escapism. Well, everything's escapism, isn't it? Chad fucks so much because he doesn't want to face the fact that at the end of the day he's no different to the fucking betas he looks down on. We're all going to the same place, 6 feet under. We all came from the same place, from Gaia's womb, and we all will settle into ashes. That's the cycle of life, and from dust to dust and ashes to ashes, if that's how it goes. And I'm not gonna be some Jordan Peterson fucking 21st century mystic guru. I'm not. I'm just gonna tell you how I see things, and I might have guests. I might even have people from R9K on. My political views: live and let live. You know, that's a solid foundation. The non-aggression principle actually is a better one. But I'm not some over idealistic libertarian. I know, like, we need some sort of governmental institutions or structures to basically keep all of this going. But to what end? So we can... What is the end of technology and progress? I think it's immortality, and they're trying to do that through AI and merging with the computers, so says Alex Jones anyway. But what if God is actually like an AI supercomputer at the end of time which resurrects the dead? He could be. It's like Terence McKenna said that something in the future was drawing the past to it, and I'd thought of stuff like that. I thought of stuff like that in isolation to him. So, you know, maybe that is the case, but Terence McKenna also fucking was drugged out of his mind his whole life. But did that make him the greatest orator of our generation? Of mine anyway. I don't do drugs anymore, but drugs I did do: ecstasy, coke, weed obviously, Ritalin. I got prescribed Ritalin, and that was fun. I spent 6 months high on Ritalin. I should have saved some, but you know, when you're on a 6 month Ritalin binge, you're not thinking, well, I should save some of this. You're just thinking, fucking get me more. And I haven't done acid or shrooms, but I did 2CB, which is synthetic acid. That was kind of fun. Nowhere near as enlightening as I'd imagine actual LSD would be. So I have 9 subscribers, so if I'm lucky, 5 of you are listening to this right now, or 5 of you have started listening to it, and about 1 person is still listening to it. Like this far in, 1 person probably. And to that 1 person, thank you very much. Leave a like and a comment. So we're coming up to Christmas, and I don't know what to get anybody, because I spent all my money on a laptop and a microphone. Because I was playing roulette, and I won about €1,500 playing roulette about 2 weeks ago. So I treated myself. I'm not a normie, I'm a cyborg, I'd say. But winning that much money is better than sex. Unless it's sex with the hottest woman in the world. Then I guess it's not better than sex. Because I guess there's people that would pay like 10,000 for sex with a high class escort. or 5,000, or I know these rich oil barons in the Middle East ship over movie stars to have sex with. Maybe earn fucking, I don't know, 500,000. But is there a deeper meaning to life than just making money and having sex? Because that seems to be all I'm designed to think about, even though I think about other stuff. But at the end of the day, it's like, I'm talking to a girl, well, could we have sex? Most likely, probably not. More than certainly. More than likely not. But I need to wage slave because I have no money now. I get my neat books, 192 a week, which isn't great. I'm pretty much shitting like fucking 4 times a day. They're not big shits. The first one is usually big, but I'm doing like 4 a day. And I'm thinking, do I have bowel cancer or something? But if I eat too much, I puke. I think anybody does, but just a regular sized meal and I'll puke. So I think I'm dying. But I was always dying. Everyone is, in the Sylvia Plath sense of the word, always dying. I know, yeah, that's from Fight Club. If you could be friends with anybody in the world, I wonder if World War III is really going to start in my lifetime, because it's looking that way. You know, the world is teaming up, you know, everyone's getting into their respective, picking their sides. I don't know, what do I know about fucking geopolitics? Have you ever heard of Christopher Langan? He's this guy with 195 IQ, and he says that he has proven the existence of God using logic. I don't know. He believes in eugenics as well, so he'd fit in on Paul, P-O-L, Paul. Paul really is the best meme machine on the planet. Soy Boy, Cook, and that's the Bogdanovs. There's more, but there's so many memes and there's so little time. There's so many memes and there's just not enough time to get them all out there into Normieville. We made Pepe mainstream. You know, we collectively, as a group of autists, may have saved the planet by getting Trump voted in. I was going to say vote Trumped in. Or we could have destroyed it. Trump wouldn't have gotten elected if there was, without the internet. No way would Trump have gotten elected without the internet. I know Reagan did, but it was a different political climate, I'm assuming. I'm assuming that my goal for this is to just make it comfy. And I don't know what you might think of my voice. Some people have said it's like a computer fan. Some people have said it's robotic, monotonous. Well, I just hope you find it comfy. I just hope you're browsing or 9K with this on in the background, like a soothing pillow, with a hot mug of milk. It's getting comfy here, so take out all your memes. I am getting so comfy, I'ma get my memes on. You know, this would be so much easier to do live, and I could just interact with the listeners. I might live stream the next one. If this one gets 2 likes, or I bet this will just get fucking disliked to fuck. I bet this is not going to do well. This is going to be a fruitless endeavor or have a negative net impact on my life, well-being, and finances. Because it's not like I'm going to blow up like Review Bra. It's not like I am the meme material for as much as Review Bra. And he's someone who's actually became well known because of 4chan, but his life wasn't ruined because of it. It was made better. I don't know, did he have to move out? I don't follow Review Bra that much. But did he have to move out because he had a stalker? So maybe it's not all too rosy in Review Bra land. But he keeps very skinny for someone who eats so much junk food. Or maybe he just eats one bite of it and throws it away. Just does his review and that's it. But I need to get a job. I need to wage slave. Because the neat life just isn't for me. I'm just not cut out to need it. I can't just spend all day, every day, inside, on 4chan, playing WoW. I just can't. There's nothing wrong with being enthusiastic about something. And anyone who tries to put you down for that is just jealous that you are enthusiastic about something. I don't know anything about pop culture nowadays. I don't watch Game of Thrones or The Walking Dead, or I don't listen to the latest pop music. It's all just generic trash nowadays, and I know it's been said that's beating a dead horse, but it is all just trash. Maybe it was always trash and I was just younger, so I don't know, but I haven't been clued in for a good 4 to 6 years now, and I've never been happier, and I'm still miserable. But pretty much there's nothing wrong with traps, to be honest. I lost my virginity to a transsexual hooker from Brazil. Very passable. Let me tell you, very passable. And she finished it all off by giving me a blowjob without the condom. I fucked many a prostitute. Not always white. Although I doubt Brazil counts as white. My dick isn't racist. And I was going to fuck a prostitute with some of that money I won playing roulette. And I texted them a picture of the money and said, "Are you free tomorrow? I'm good for it." And then there was just €1,500. But I never got a text back, even from the ones that their profile said they replied to texts. In case you were wondering what my middle name is, it's Thaddeus. So I'm Hank Thaddeus Mortimer. Dying Light is a good game. The best zombie game I've ever played. It really does have you sweating, especially at night when the volatiles come out. Now I've only completed like 10% of the story mode of the main story, but games are going to get crazy within 10 to 15 years. Everything is. The world is just going to, there's going to be a hyper, not just the fourth industrial revolution or whatever, if it's the third, I don't know. There's going to be it's not going to be an industrial revolution, it's going to be a hyper, well, it is a hyper industrial revolution. 3D printers, organ printing, like, you're going to be able to live for 500 years and stay with 500 years and stay 20 years old. That is assuming, of course, that World War III doesn't start and we all end up on the wrong side of a Kalashnikov. If that's the weapon, I don't know. I don't know much about weapons, being a Europor. You probably know what country I'm from, because I'm speaking English, but it's not an English or a Scottish accent. So you probably know what country I'm from. But it's a very good country. It's very safe. I mean, it's the size of a small state in the US, or a medium-sized state. It's comfy living here, yeah. It's very comfy. I'm starting to run out of things to talk about. Not like I had much to talk about in the first place. So I'm just gonna fucking go R9K just to get some sort of thoughts in my head. I mean, if I have this, there's so little thoughts going on in my head really when I think about it. I must be a brainlet. I'll reply to this. Are you comfy, brobots? I'll just say, yeah, recording a podcast. Yes, I am a phone poster on occasion. On occasion, I am a phone poster. Yeah, I am gonna live stream the next one because I just need, it's who can do a one person podcast? I'm not a fucking Alex Jones. I like when it gets dark earlier. That's pretty comfy. Just seeing the stars at about 7 or so. That's pretty comfy. Or even at 4 or 5. When you're doing nothing, you want the weather to be bad, When you're inside the house all day, you want it to be lashing rain. You don't want it to be sunny. Okay, well, I made a thread saying that Dubs picks what I talk about, my first topic, but I was anxious to record this, so I ended up starting before someone got Dubs. And here's the Dubs, and the topic is gay marriage. I live and let live. It comes back to my philosophy. It all comes round at the end of the day. At the end of the day. Sure, I think they should be allowed to. I don't think the church should be forced to marry them. Because I don't think the church should be forced to marry 2 men or 2 women. I think the government should have. I mean, there was already civil partnerships and stuff, but I think the government should have some sort of marriage program thing. But marriage itself is antiquated, I think. I think it's just going to be a thing for rich people in the future. It's only, it's like, what's it relevant for? It's only if you're in a royal family. You have to keep up the bloodline. But if you're still listening now, I'm going to hand you the ball and I'll say, you tell me, first comment, first person listen to this, I doubt there even will be, tells me what the first topic should be for next week. Sorry, I'm wasting your time here. I'm wasting my own time. Life is a big waste of time. Life is a big waste of time. Except if you're Chad. And I've said this before and it's been memed. It's been memed in every possible way. And it's true every time. That Chad is just an apex predator. Chad makes the world go round. Without Chads, we'd be directionless as a species. It's like that with baboons and chimps. The males are bigger and have more testosterone and are more dominant, and they dominate the weaker males and all the women. So if you're not Chad, you might as well be a roasty. So you might as well transition. In fact, do transition. Actually no, I'll leave it at this. This will be the first episode and I'll just see how this does. Okay? See you next week.